Hello children, welcome to today's video session of Standard 8 Moral Science Lesson 2 about parents and children. So in today's session we are going to see what are the duties of the parents to children and what are the duties of the children to the parents. Come, let's enter into the session.
Lesson 2 about parents and children. In today's session we are going to learn the relationship between the parents and children, and it's similar to that of the sun and its rays. Both are incomplete without the other. Let's start the lesson. The whole history of a man testifies the fact that God blesses those people who love and respect their parents. The moral obligation of parents and children alike stems from the fact that all rightful authority comes from God, whether it is a parent or a civil ruler. The authority is God's own authority, which He has chosen to share with them. Obedience given to them in their lawful capacity is obedience given to God. On the other hand, it is a duty of those who have an obligation as agents and parents of God to be faithful to the trust that God has placed in them, and that they will have to render an account of this to God. What are the essential duties of parents towards the children? Some are the obvious ones of physical care to provide food, clothing, housing, medical care, and proper education as needed. Then there is a responsibility of raising a child to be a good citizen. He should be a self-supporting, useful, well-informed, intelligent, and patriotic individual. Besides physical, civics, and intellectual needs, there is also the spiritual needs that has to be fulfilled in a child. He should be taught about God, especially about His goodness, love and care, and the obedience we owe to God. As the child begins to talk, he will learn to pray long before he goes to school. As a child grows, the parents will guide him in his choice of companions, his reading and his recreation. They would take care not to be too interfering and suspicious, but always leading the children by good counsel and loving care. All this no easy task, but unfortunately, God gives good parents the wisdom they need for the job. On the other hand, all of us have certain duties towards our parents. If they are not near us, then our duties are quite simple. We just have to remember them and their sacrifice in our prayer so that they are at peace. If our parents are with us, then our duties will vary according to our age and status and upon their age and status. Usually, the debt of love to parents is not a hard one to pay because most mothers and fathers are very loving and caring towards children. But even in the rare cases when a parent seems unlovable, for example, a brutal father or a deserting mother, yet the love does not cease. A child must wish them well, desire their salvation and pray for them. They must be willing to help them if and when they can. Respecting our parents is as natural as the love they freely give us. Hence, treating them with reverence, deferring to their wishes, accepting their corrections, seeking their advice in important matters should also come naturally. The period in life when the duty of full respect for parents becomes hardest during adolescence. When the young person is torn between the need for dependence on parents and the urge for adult independence. It is easy to believe that hating one's parents, hitting them, cursing them refusing them help when they seriously need is a despicable and sinful behavior. Parents are aware of the fact that in most cases, childish disobedience is due to thoughtlessness or carelessness. During modern times, there is a tendency to blame parents for the wrong things that happen in life. Newspapers are full of reports where children harm or even try to kill their parents. In some cases, the child harms as a means of protest. This is not a heroic action. When children try to harm themselves, parents are hurt and pained to a great extent. It is the duty of the children to remember that parents correct them for their good. Sometimes the mother or the father speaks in a wrong manner or they use harsh words, but this should not be overlooked. It is quite natural for the parents to get worked up when they see their children going on the wrong path. This pain comes in the form of harsh rebuke. It is beneficial to us if we do not pay attention to the manner in which the words are put through. The best way to please God is to love, care, and respect our parents. Thank you.